Jury selection begins later this morning in the trial of Hunter Biden. The president's son faces 3 felony charges in Delaware. He's accused of making false statements about his drug use when purchasing a gun in 2018. If he's found guilty, he could face a prison sentence of up to 25 years. Our Scott MacFarlane is at the federal courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware. Scott, good morning.
Good morning. These proceedings begin about a year after a plea agreement blew up at the courthouse steps that would have averted this trial. Hunter Biden's always been open about his battles with addiction, but this trial is going to put some very graphic details out there for all the world to see.
Hunter Biden's first criminal trial is set to get underway. The president's son is charged with making false statements when he bought a gun in October 2018, claiming on a federal form he was not using or addicted to drugs. He's also charged with unlawfully possessing the gun as a drug user. All felonies carrying the possibility of prison terms. Tom Dupree is a former Department of Justice official.
One of the most powerful types of evidence that prosecutors can wield against the defendant is the defendant's own words. And in this case, the prosecutors come heavily armed to this trial.
Text messages and passages from Hunter Biden's memoir are expected to be part of that evidence. Biden has been public about his battle with addiction and spoke with CBS Sunday Morning in 2021.
I mean, I went one time for 13 days without sleeping and smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively throughout that entire time.
But in pretrial court filings, Biden's legal team contends he had been undergoing rehab and may not have considered himself an addict when he bought the gun. The witness list for prosecutors includes Biden's ex-wife and the widow of his brother Beau, a woman with whom he was also romantically linked. Both are expected to testify about Hunter Biden's drug use during the weeks surrounding the gun purchase.
This is going to be an exquisitively painful ordeal for Hunter Biden. He is going to sit in that courtroom and hear testimony from people who were among the closest people to him in his life, testifying against him in the most personal terms.
The trial is projected to last about 1 to 2 weeks, with opening statements either at the end of the day today or tomorrow. There is another case involving Hunter Biden, Anne-Marie and Vlad, a tax case filed in California. He's pleaded not guilty, and that trial expected in September.
So, Scott, you know, it occurred to me this question on this form could be open to interpretation. Do we know anything about what Hunter Biden's strategy will be?
That's where the defense is headed, Anne-Marie. The allegation from the Department of Justice is that Hunter Biden knowingly made a false statement when he applied for a gun and said that he was not a user or addict of drugs. The defense can argue, and indicates it will argue in its pretrial court filings, is that he was not an addict or a user at the moment he signed the form, or may have believed he was in recovery or rehab. That's going to be some of the granular arguments we expect either during cross-examination of witnesses or when the defense presents, which is likely late this week or next week.
So I know this case has taken on, I think, an outsized kind of focus because of all the politics surrounding it. Can we expect this to be a speedy trial or any sort of likelihood of him getting jail time? What are the predictions here?
Now, these charges bring the prospect of prison time. It has that potential in the federal system, but about the politics at this moment, I'll note the jury questioning that'll happen today includes the question from the judge to the prospective jurors: do you think this is a politically motivated case, or do you think the cases are narrower in Hunter Biden's case as a political advantage to the president and the Bidens? Jurors will have to answer that question before they get a seat among the 12.
It'll be interesting. Scott, thank you so much.